Good morning, everyone. First, let me thank all of you for your interest in Radius Display products. My name is Joffrey Duncan, and I am the Director of Sales and Marketing for the company, and I'll be your presenter today. We are a company founded in 1977 that manufactures various items for the exhibit, promotional products, audiovisual, and hospitality markets. If you do that math, you'll see that this year we are celebrating our 40th anniversary, and that coincides nicely with the launch of our brand new website, which is why I hope all of you have remoted in today. This web project has been a labor of love and, at some points, some pain for the last 18 months, but we are very proud to be able to unveil this to you today and show you some of the wonderful new features that were previously unavailable and some exciting things that even our competitors' website don't do at all. It's been designed so that our existing and new dealers will be able to promote and integrate our products into their own portfolios and product offerings. It is our goal that you will be able to be inspired to see and find new and exciting ways to present and promote all of our products. We greatly value our dealer network, and while other companies are phasing that model out, we at Radius Display Products stand by our commitments to you, our dealers, with not only unwavering loyalty and high-quality products, but superior customer service and the tools necessary to differentiate us and our brand with the others that are out there. To help you do this, for you to help your customers understand why they want our products over lesser competitor versions was a primary factor in the design of the site. Our goal was also to make the new website a vital tool, one that you would return to again and again, and add value to our business relationship and grow together in this ever-changing and challenging industry. So I hope after the presentation you will all agree that we've achieved many of these lofty goals. As I mentioned at the start, we are based in Dallas, Texas, which serves as our international headquarters, as well as our showroom, primary warehouse, and our factory location. Virtually all products ship directly from here, for the purposes of freight calculation. So just a couple of quick housekeeping items I need to cover, and then we'll dive right in. Today's webinar is being recorded for replay, but the names of the participants will not be displayed or mentioned. All of the attendees are therefore muted, so please hold all of your questions to the end of the presentation, at which time I will host a Q&A session, which will not be recorded to keep everyone anonymous and everything friendly among dealers, just in case a competitor of yours happens to be on the call today. I will do my best to keep us at about an hour, so I may go fast in spots, but don't worry. This is our first webinar, and this first one is simply a quick overview of the entire site. Future webinars will dive into greater detail, certain subsystems or features which will be covered in much greater detail, so watch for those in the near future. Everyone should now be able to see my screen as I've enabled that. If for some reason you cannot, please press your Ask a Question button at the top, and I'll see what I can do to get that resolved for you. So I don't see any. Okay, don't see anybody don't see anybody raising their hand, so I'm assume everyone is looking at the screen and should be able to see the homepage of the website. During our QA portion, I want to mention that if I don't get to your question, or if you do think of something after we end the session, please feel free to contact me directly, and I'll show you how to do that directly from the website here during our presentation. So now that that's out of the way, I guess we'll dive right in. First of all, you'll see the homepage of the site has a video background playing of Dallas, Texas. That's our beautiful downtown area for those of you who haven't had the pleasure to visit us here. We do have a full showroom, as I mentioned, so if you ever do find yourself in the DFW Metroplex area, please feel free to call or stop by and visit. We'd love to give you a tour of our facility, including our factory warehouse, where you can actually see our products being printed and sewn by hand by actual people. So we will start the presentation, the overview, from the top of the site down. So that's how we'll cover everything today. The first thing that you'll probably notice is something that we've been asked for quite some time, is a tracking system. instead of having to call or email us constantly to get the status of your order or tracking information, or waiting for your invoice to have it appear there, you can actually do that now directly from our website. So simply by clicking on the box, track by reference number, and by reference number we mean your job number, that will appear on your order acknowledgement that you receive from us with each and every order that you place. So for this instance, I've got, here's one that we had before, 258-088. Click on the little tracking truck, and it will take you to the UPS or FedEx appropriate site. And then here is the tracking number for that order. You can actually click on that and then get the current status. This one shows delivered, and you can get your proof of delivery directly from that site. So very handy tool there. Continue along, you will see a login button. This will be for registered dealers. If you were registered on the old Radius DP website, then you automatically are registered on the new Radius DP website. The only thing that changes is you will need to reset your password. We could not import that data from the old site to the new site. Very simple to do. Simply input your email address, which is your user ID. Click down here at the link for forgot password. Another box will open. It will ask you to, again, input your email address. You'll click on the submit button, and within a second or two, you'll get an automated email that will have a temporary password, and you can then return back to the site, log in with a temporary password, and then change that to something that's easier for you to remember. So once we log in, we will actually see specific information, or you will see specific information for your unique account. So if any of our dealers are certified dealers or are in any of the higher tier, the platinum or the gold level dealer programs, those will appear, and you'll know because you'll get a title page to let you know that we have acknowledged you and that you are getting the correct pricing and information unique to your dealership. So once you have logged in, the My Account button at the top now becomes active. Here is your primary dashboard. This will give you access to any quotes that you have requested from us. Those will appear directly here in the window. You can change your password, as I've mentioned before. You can edit your profile. The profile would include your dealer name, address, telephone numbers, trade association affiliations, etc. You can manage your wish lists for products that you have stored from the website, and we'll talk about that in our presentation. Request formal quotes, create catalogs and other sale flyer material. This is a powerful new tool that we will talk about toward the end of the presentation today. I'll show you a brief overview of that, and then we will have a upcoming webinar specifically to discuss this product or this feature. It's kind of lengthy, and we want to make sure that you get the full understanding and overview of that specific functionality. So also, the button that will become active then is the Dealers button. The Dealers tab gives you access to information specifically that a dealer would need: how to place an order, submitting artwork, the turnaround times, return policies, etc. And then there's a Dealers Only section, which will house various information that will change over time, specific to the dealer. Right now, that information that tab houses all of the template information. So all of the art templates for each of the products are grouped together here in one location. The art templates are accessible to non-registered dealers, and those are attached to each product, and I'll show you that as we get further into the presentation. So for now, we will log out of that dealer portion of the site, and we'll return to it shortly. Continuing across, there's a search button. So this search feature has now been enhanced, so you can search by actual product number if you happen to know the SKU number. So for example here, you can go to the direct SKU. That will take you directly to the product. It's actually a keyword search as well. So if you know you're looking for something but don't know what that product is, the stock number is for tents, for example, you can simply do a keyword search. And I put tents with an S there. I apologize. Let's do tent. And you will see that the tent options appear. So keyword searches, or you can search by color or any of the keywords, or actual product SKU number if you happen to have it. Delving actually into the site itself now, the next band is the probably the links that will be used most often. Product specific pages. This is a drill down type of presentation. So all of the products are listed in alphabetical order. Some have multiple categories. So in the accessory cover option, for example, there are catchbox covers or pole covers, speaker covers, truss covers, and you can jump to each of those specific categories if you'd like. Some have even farther drill down options. So for example, throw covers. You can go to unprinted throw covers, and then you have some additional options based on fabric. All of these are hot linkable, so you can actually select any of those products to jump to that category or subcategory. Or you can do a manual drill down. And what I mean by that is I'll show you here. So if I simply select throw covers, instead of going down further, I will stay directly on the throw cover option, and this will take me now to the category of throw covers. And here they're presented visually. So I'll jump back up here to show you all of these items here. There's a text version, so these are text links. They're all represented visually here in the category landing page. So if you wanted to visually look for something, that's an option. And then you can drill down further from here. So perhaps once you've gotten to the unprinted throw covers, then your choice goes to fabrics. And you can drill down even further, twill being the most common. I'll select that one. And you can drill down even further. So here are all of the unprinted twill throw covers. You'll see that there are 40 currently displayed, and they are in 4 pages. You can scroll through this paginated view, or if you prefer, there's a view all button, and you can choose to view all 40 at the same time. If that's a little easier for you, you can scroll through all of those as well. If you don't want to look through all of those, however, we have incorporated now a new filter system similar to many of the online shopping websites that many of you may be familiar with. So that technology is now incorporated into our site as well. You can now select, you can filter that 40 down by what specific products you may be looking for. I'll select 6 feet because that's probably one of the most common sizes. The number in parentheses identifies how many products fit that filter. So there are 12 6-foot out of the 40 that fit that category. And again, your total revision is updated here. So there are 12. And I can select multiple filters. So if I know that I wanted a full or 4-sided throw cover, I can choose to filter those 12 down to 6. So that it's a little bit more manageable. Another option that you have available to you is you actually can compare products. So looking here visually, if you can't really tell what the difference between some of these are, you may notice that the prices are varied a little bit. So for the purposes of the demonstration, I'll select, say, 4. I'll put a check in the compare box, And there's a button here in the upper right corner marked Compare Products. Once you've made that selection, click. And here those 4 products will be displayed and compared in a table for you. So you can actually look down and see what the differences between the products are to further help you decide which one is right for your customer. Just a brief moment here, comment, the pricing displayed will be retail pricing. So the website is designed now to include that pricing. And if an end user happens to see a tag of a product of ours or locate a flyer or a business card and locates our site directly, they will only be able to see retail pricing because they are not registered as a dealer. Should a customer or an end user send in a quote request or a contact request with pricing, then we would automatically refer that. Once we receive that through the website, we would refer that to our closest dealer. So we would look that information up and then pass that to our certified dealer in the area, the closest dealer, so that you could quote that product to the customer. But again, the only price that they will see, or the only reference they will have, is retail pricing only. So looking through the products, you can decide which one you're trying to find. In this instance, these 2 are 42 inches high. Those are counter height table throw covers. So if you realize that that's not exactly what you're looking for, you can actually deselect them from the product comparison by simply clicking on the X, and that will eliminate those from the comparison sheet. The comparison table can be printed out on paper if you wanted to hand that to a client you have in your office, or it can be emailed. So if you'd like to do that and put that in a presentation or send it to them electronically, that is an option as well. Close the comparison button. Also on this page, you will see a series of buttons. As I mentioned before, we are very proud to manufacture most of our products in the United States. Whenever there are products available that we don't manufacture, we strive to source those from United States suppliers. So for example, our director chair, while we print the canvas for the chair with photographic images or imprint of your choice, we don't actually manufacture the frame or the wooden components of the chair itself. Those are sourced from a company that's 108 years old and in Kentucky, and they use kiln-dried American hardwoods. So that frame is made in the USA, as well as the canvas, and so the badge would display the Made in the USA icon so that you can identify those products. That's becoming more and more requested in the industry, and so we wanted to make it very clear which of the products that you're buying that you can know and share with your clients are American made. There are other buttons. There are new buttons, new product buttons, clearance or closeout buttons that will all help you identify something that's unique about the product. Products can have more than one button, and I think we'll probably run across 1 or 2 of those here in the presentation. So once you've sort of narrowed down to the item that you're looking for, you have a couple of options. There's a quick view, as you'll notice if you hover over each of the pictures. I can click on quick view, and that will just give me basically just a really quick overview of the product, the colors available, some of the pictures, etc. And if I want more detailed information, if I've really sort of narrowed down to that's what I want, I can click on the View Details button instead, and that will take me to the actual product page. The product page, there's one page for every product that goes into detail all of the information about the product and has a series of buttons that I will talk about, and then the pricing information. Again, retail pricing is only displayed unless you log in at the top as a dealer, at which point your dealer net pricing will be displayed, and I'll show you that. The images for the product are going to be listed here, and we are still currently working on that. The website is a ever-evolving work, and so as we photograph and take new images for the site and videos, those will be added and uploaded to the website. One of the great items or features at the site available to us now is that it's all housed internally, and we can make real-time updates to that site. So if there are corrections or new products that needed to be added or modifications, those will happen real-time within a matter of seconds. So the information contained here will always be fresh, up to date, and the most accurate at the time. So images will be added. You can select on if there are multiple images on those, and they will be displayed in larger format here. There also is a zoom in feature, so if you wanted to look at the detail, kind of hard to see in black though, but there, if you wanted to see what the corner looked like, kind of, and you could zoom in on that. So that gives you, there's a zoom feature there. The available colors will be listed. So each of the products that have specific colors, you can view them here. And then you can actually look at larger swatches, and the PMS numbers are all referenced there so that there's an easy frame of reference as to what the color actually looks like. Monitors can vary in their color settings, so it's always best to actually have a PMS book so that you know exactly what that color is. And we try to match the PMS number to the closest possible. There are always some shading variants and dye lots with fabric, so it can vary slightly, just be aware. The bottom of the page, there are related products that are related to the one you're looking at. So perhaps if you were looking at skirting, for example, for a table, you would see clips down here. Or if you were looking at flags, you may see different base options as a related product, etc. So those will all be shown here. Pricing is displayed in US dollars. We, in 1977, were founded simply as display products, and in the early 2000 timeframe, we purchased acquired assets of a company in Canada called Radius, and brought on folding stackables and pole panel and a couple of other product lines, integrated those into our own, and rebranded ourselves as Radius Display Products. I say that to say that we do still have a large network of dealers in Canada, and they do prefer to see Canadian pricing, so that is available. If you click on the Canadian flag, you'll see that 83 changes to 106.24, which is the Canadian price, or Canadian dollar price for that item. Pricing defaults to US dollars, so you would actually have to click to the Canadian to switch it over, and you can switch back and forth. Production time is also listed, as well as quantity breaks now for products that have those specific breaks. That's all available online. Each of the products will then also have a series of buttons depending on the product and depending if that option is applicable or currently available for the product. So, for example, I can click on the email button, and if I click there, you'll see that it gives me the option to input my name, a message, verify that I'm an actual person and not a robot through CAPTCHA. And I can send to one person or click on add recipient if I wanted to add to multiple recipients, and I can actually email this information to my customer or my client. Again, I can print it out with the print button if I want to see that and hand it live on a paper format. I can download an image, so this will save my current selected image in a JPEG format. That will download to my computer, and again, I can email that. I can upload it. I can put it in a presentation for some other use or literature or whatever other use I might have for it, so that's an electronic version for you. You can request a quote, and again, only dealers will actually have access to this functionality, because if I click on request quote, it's going to ask me to sign in because I'm not currently signed in. So if I sign in again, let's see, we'll go back to that throw cover. It was unprinted twill. And it was a 6 foot. A little bit slow here this morning, I apologize. refresh. I know we were doing a lot of ads this morning from additional information, so the server might have a little trouble. There we go, keeping up this morning. Let's see, and we were looking at a four-sided, and it was this red one, I believe. So we'll go back to that one. We will, again, here now you can see, because I've logged in as a dealer, my retail pricing is now scratched out and my discounted dealer pricing is now displayed. So that will appear here. And now I can use the request quote button is now active, and it will give me the option to select different products in this category. I can request certain quantity breaks if I have a larger quantity. If I want to limit it to certain colors, I have that option, etc. I put in my dealer information and click submit, and that will send off to our client services department, who will get back to you typically within the next business day or the same day if it's earlier in the morning. Quotes are also stored in your dealer dashboard so that you can look at what you've submitted. So we'll go back here. Next on the list is a download template, and I'll hold off on that one now. I'll show you kind of a newer template that I want you to see that's not currently on this product, but download template that will download an art template, download spec sheet. So basically that will simply download into PDF format the cut sheet, if you will, for that specific product, and you'll see that it downloads here in your lower left corner. And I can simply double click on that and it will open in PDF format. The cut sheet. So this can also be saved or printed to your printer or saved to your hard drive and emailed if you'd like to do that as well. All right. Download instruction sheet, basically the same. I won't go into all of these. It's fairly self-explanatory. The download instruction sheet will give you instructions on fabric care and folding, or if there are setup instructions required. Again, a PDF sheet will be downloaded. And then there are videos available. If there are setup or instructional videos, you can actually access those through the Play Video button as well. Let's look at a different product. We'll go back to throw covers. That's sort of our bread and butter product, so it's my automatic go-to, if you will. 6 foot. And this time we'll look for a fitted throw cover. Now, fitted throw covers are much like a fitted bottom sheet. No one except I think Martha Stewart is able to fold them once you get them originally out of the package. So we had a request for one of our clients asked, how do we fold this so that it's not all wrinkled when we take it out for our next trade show? So we actually yesterday or day before yesterday filmed a video, and that was uploaded, and that would be one of the items here in the play video. So I'll show you quickly that. Simply click on the button and that will actually take you to the download the video for you. And I think this is about a 20-second video. That's Davina on the left, who you may have spoken to in our client services department. Van on the right is one of our graphic designers. But here they're showing you how to actually fold a fitted throw cover, in case you ever wanted to know. This keeps all the seams nice and neat. And there you go. So just a quick example there of that's some of the items that are available. on each product page. I told you I would show you a, I would show you an art template. I'm going to do that, but I want to show you, first of all, something I failed to mention earlier is that there is what we call a breadcrumb trail as well. So if you start drilling down on specific products, this actually shows you how you got to where you are now, and that's a trail. And those are also linkable. So if you've gone down too far, you can actually go back 1 step, 2 steps, or 3 steps. So if I go back 1 step, it takes me here. If I say, no, I need to actually go back 1 more level, I can. You can also use your browser's back window, but the breadcrumb trail is a handy way to jump between sections or products that you've looked at before. So we'll go to a crisscross cover, and we'll look at a printed one, for example. And we'll grab one. And here, so if I download the template, again, that's just a PDF document, and it will bring up the art template for you, and you can send that to your customer so they can lay their art out. So very simple and straightforward. All right, I'll log back out here. All of the products function the same way, so we won't go through all of those. The next tab is the basic information tab. So here is our price guide. We have both the branded and unbranded versions available. This simply downloads the PDF document again. You can send that or email that, save that, etc. If you prefer an unbranded, that's available. The in-print methods talks about the differences between silkscreen, express scan, raster print, etc. Our swatch cards are available online as well, so those are all located here. Fabric information is also available online now, as well as the colors. We now have downloadable flame retardant certificates if you need those for each of the products. Stretch fabric, the Dura, Cameo Satin, Luster, etc., as well as fabric care instructions on how to take care of those throw covers that you've purchased so that they look great for years to come. There's an art tab, so that will talk about what art requirements and files we would prefer to receive the art in, so sort of technical information. Production information is also available, how to place an order, what the turnaround times are, basic terms and conditions, etc. Continuing across, there's a new and featured products tab. This tab will identify in one location all of the items that are brand new or featured for some reason, or even clearance items. Here again, I talked earlier about the different buttons. Here are the new buttons. Here are products that are both new and made in the USA. So you can identify, as I mentioned, products can have more than one button. There's a company tab. The company tab tells you a little bit about us and our history. There I am. And not everyone in the photo, but a good portion of the office staff. There's our building in 1977. We started in a single wide trailer and have grown to the custom building that we occupy now. Co-founders Larry Crumlish and Michelle Stacy back in 1977. You gotta love the tie. As you can see in the background, we were one of the first companies to pioneer printed images on fabric. So prior to that, that wasn't never done. You went to a trade show and just got basically a skirt, some sort of foldable backdrop, and sort of away you went. So the industry has changed quite a bit. Also is some of the office staff available here. So if you need to get in touch with someone specifically, here everyone is listed. And I mentioned that if you needed to contact me directly, you can do that from the website. So here I am, and these are actually all clickable. So simply by clicking on the person you're trying to reach, it will open up your whatever email service you use. There we go. And you'll have my contact information, and you can send me an email or actually give me a call. So we'll close out of that. There's also a contact us form. So if there's something not covered here, you misplaced your password or just a host of other items. If you'd prefer to just to fill out a form and reach us directly or by email, you certainly can do so. Simply fill out the form here. Let us know what you're looking for. Click on submit, and someone will return your call or your email within the next business day. And usually we strive to do that same day if at all possible. I mentioned that the website is an ongoing and on-growing, I guess is a right word too, project, and so future enhancements we're working on a chat feature, so that will be available very soon, and as these new features and enhancements are added to the website, we will have additional webinars to go over some of those new enhancements and let you know, and we'll certainly do email blasts to let everyone know that the new features or new items that are available on the site. So our logo, I don't think I mentioned earlier, but wherever you see a logo, that is a clickable link that will take you back to the main homepage. That covers all the buttons across the top. There is a scroll bar here, or a ticker bar, that will have information about upcoming trade shows, maybe specials that are currently running, important information if the office will be closed for a holiday, information like that. So that will always be on the scroll bar. The main page is comprised of a series of clickable images. So as you can see, the little changes from the arrow to the finger, so all of these are clickable. Right now, they are designed to take you to the major product categories. They'll also have some in there for special featured products or specials that we're running as well. Those will change. The site scrolls them automatically, or you've got arrows to the left and right if you missed it and want to go back to it. Interesting design element that I'll share with you that even I didn't notice quite off at the beginning. The market segments are color-coded, and the color codes match the catalog or our printed materials. So back in the day, we used to actually send out 3 separate catalogs, one for exhibits and promotional products, one for audiovisual, and one for hospitality. And several years ago, kind of matching the change in the industry, products began to kind of cross over those lines, and the lines between products began to get really blurred. And so we combined those catalogs into one and still kept the color code so that you could see the specific products or go specifically to those products in the category, the catalog, if you preferred that type of navigation. So we've tried to keep that as well with the website design. So hospitality is blue, and as you'll see, it's blue and it lines up kind of here underneath the hospitality button. The exhibit and events is green, and so that's also lines up over the green big button here, and then there's obviously audiovisual, the last one here, orange, so they all line up. The large buttons here will take you to that category of products, so clicking on the hospitality products icon will bring up the majority of these, what we originally, or would we consider the traditional hospitality items. Same with audio-visual and exhibit sales. So, although as I mentioned, a lot of those products, those categories are sort of blurred. And quickly, I'll show you. Trash can cover would traditionally have been a hospitality product, just to cover that ugly trash can that you have rolling around. But as soon as you put a logo on it, then it really technically becomes a promotional product because you're promoting something. Trays, for example, if you put the hotel or the brand of beverage that you're serving, then you're promoting that company. And so now this item can technically be considered a promotional product. Same with audiovisual. A mat or a speaker cover could be printed with your DJ name or the studio name, and now it's it's an advertising piece, so it's a promotional product. So a lot of gray area there. So that facilitated the need to merge the catalogs together so that you could cross-sell products. Sorry, didn't mute my phone earlier. It's a great way to cross-sell products that maybe you hadn't thought of, or look at our products in a way that you didn't see them before. So there are a lot of opportunities there to sell new products and get additional business. Toward the bottom of the page, there are some highlight buttons. Again, these are also all clickable, and these will relate to products that we're featuring for the month or introducing brand new products, like our miniature Slim Stand. This is a tabletop version of our regular Slim Stand, and it will take you directly to those pages for additional information. Go back. There are links at the bottom as well. Most of them correspond to either the visual links or links at the top. So the new and featured products, that's the same as the new and featured up here. Company information has a little bit different information. Oh, this one's the same, I apologize. I'm thinking of the next tab. The About Us information has a little bit more information, our mission statement, etc. The login is the same. It will take you to the dealer screen, same as the top login button. Order status and tracking, I'll briefly touch on this. This is another feature or enhancement that is currently in the works that we are putting the final stages on, touches on. You will have to be signed in as a dealer, so let me log in quickly and do that. See if we're ready to launch that. Order tracking and status. If you have your customer number, and I think I have an example. Where's my example? 1247. And I know my purchase order number, then that's the order, that's the purchase order number that I provided to Radius Display Products, me as a dealer, or you guys. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, it's currently in development and we're very close, but once it's functional, a box will display here and that will actually give you the status of your order, as well as an order history. So you can see all of your orders with us and you'll be able to see the status of any current order. Statuses may include waiting on artwork or artwork's approved or it's in production. So you can actually follow the progress of your order from sending us the PO and the artwork all the way through when it ships. So you'll know exactly how far along it is in the production process. So we're excited about that feature coming very soon. The privacy tab is our required privacy statements. You can read all those at your leisure. The career tab, if you are in the Dallas area looking for a job and would like to join us, we would post any openings there. Distribution opportunities, how to become a dealer, what you can do and why it's important to become a dealer. And then create catalog, and I'll end with that one in just a moment. At the bottom is our contact information, our social media links, or to our Facebook page. These are all clickable, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, etc. And our trade affiliation information if you need that when placing an order. That's all located there. So the last item that's sort of exciting I would like to share with you really quick is our Select Catalog or Create Catalog. This is a feature, again, for dealers only, and you will be able to create customized, personalized calendar, or I keep saying calendar, catalogs, as well as email blasts or marketing flyers and brochures. Very powerful tool, and so we're very excited to be able to share this with you guys. And there will be several catalog covers out there to choose from. Right now, for the purposes of the demonstration, we've got one out there, but we are adding more and more and more. We can actually custom create one if there's something that you would like to have. And these are just generic covers. You will be able to personalize them individually. So for the purpose of the demonstration, I'll select this one. And now I can actually put my dealer information. I'll pretend now that I'm a dealer. So perhaps I want to call this my Winter 2017 catalog. And I want to put my dealer information. I can add text here, different colors with different fonts. I can add logos. So I'll do a logo here. Click on, give me a second. I created a fake company here to show you guys.
Fast Banana Marketing. So I can attach my logo that may have my information on there. I can scale it how I would like. I can add additional text here if I'd like. I can also do the same to the back cover. So again, maybe I've got a file that has my contact information. There we go. And I want to put that on the back of my catalog. I can also customize the inside front cover, and maybe I've got a marketing piece or information, and I'll just select one that I have already in there. I can upload my own as well. If you choose to create your own, the sizes that are required for the file are located here on the site. So this would be 928 pixels by 1314 pixels, and the file should be no larger than 2 megabytes in size. So for your graphic designers, they could create those for you. I can select the inside back cover as well. So perhaps here I want to do pictures of my own employees or my own facility, or maybe a coupon to incite or entice new business. I want to offer, I made this up here quickly, just a 20% discount or 20% off your first order. Again, I could upload my own if I have one. Here's the file size. So I'll select one that I've already created. I can create a cover for the table of contents if I choose. I'll skip that for now, but it's customizable if you'd like. And then the last step is my page layout. You can do 1 product per page. You can do 2 products per page. We're currently working on another template that will allow you to do 4 products per page if you prefer a little bit smaller. I'll select just 2 for now and then continue. And again, with the design, we really strove to make everything very intuitive. So I'm kind of walking through this pretty quickly. This whole process will actually have its own webinar, and we'll go into detail about the creating catalog. But I think once you do it once or twice, it's fairly intuitive and pretty easy for anyone that's computer savvy to kind of pick this up pretty quickly. The next stage will be to select the products that I want to appear in my catalog. And here you have a great flexibility. It defaults right now to putting every catalog or every product that we currently offer. And I think there's about 3,000 on the website now, so it takes a little bit of a time to generate that file. I think I'm going to change that where it defaults to none of them so that it won't quite take so long. But you can deselect them. You can select products by category. So if you only want to sell throw covers and banners and tents, for example, you could select those 3 categories of products. You can actually select or deselect parts of those categories. So perhaps out of throw covers, I only want to sell printed ones. I'm not interested in selling unprinted throw covers. So I can deselect the unprinted ones. You can actually even get more granular if you'd like. So if you want to specifically choose items or specific products that you only want to feature, you can pick and choose just those specific products. So perhaps you're targeting a customer that maybe it's a little league team, and so you only want them to see a banner, a director chair, a throw cover, and a flag and a tent. That's all that they really would be interested in. So I'm just going to pick those 5 individual products, and that's all I'm going to feature. So you can actually do that as well. So currently it picked 2,385 products. So what I will do is make this a little bit easier for us. Just for the purposes of our demonstration, I'm going to select just tents. So I just want to see tents. And we'll give it a second to process that. Oh, I did leave off one very special key feature in our products page. I just realized. I'll go back, and once we finish this, I need to show you guys that. I completely slipped my mind. I've done this webinar now a couple of times, and trying to remember what I covered in one and not the other is sometimes a little challenging for my mind to remember. So here it picked the 310 items that were available. My next option is to select the price that I want to charge or display. And here I can select if I only want to sell certain tents. I can deselect ones I don't want to sell, for example. If I want to limit that to certain colors, I can do that as well. As far as doing the price, I have a couple of options. I can manually set the price that I want to sell them at, and the quantity breaks, I can type each of one of those individually. I can do a bulk price change. So I can say, I want my pricing to reflect next quantity pricing or end quantity pricing, or a specific discount. Maybe I want to discount all of those products 5 or 10 or 15%. Or I can display a single price. I don't want anyone to see quantity breaks. I just want them to see the one unit price. Or I don't want to show pricing at all. I mean, maybe that's an option too. So you can select that option, and then no pricing will be displayed on the catalog at all. And then the last step is a virtual sample, and that's what I wanted to show you guys on the individual products. So if I would like to put a company logo, if I'm targeting this catalog to a specific company, so perhaps I am targeting I guess I need to make up an XYZ company, and I want them to see their product, their logo on every product. I, at this point, can upload the XYZ logo, and that logo will then appear on all of the products in the catalog that have a virtual sample option, and they can see their actual logo on every product on every page of the catalog. So that's a really great personalized, customized catalog that gets a lot of attention because it looks like you took the time to make something unique just for them, and a lot of clients really like that, and that's the extra little push that's needed to close the sale. So once you've done that, you move to the next final page, and then here your final option is to create the catalog. You have a couple of options. You can create a flip catalog, a PDF catalog, which is a static scrolling through. The flip catalog is an animated, and I'll show you that. Or you can create both of them. Or you can create and save them in your dealer dashboard that we talked about earlier in the presentation. So that would be saved there, and send it out in a future time. One of the things I should mention is that when you select the pricing, if I had changed any of that pricing, I would then have the option to set an expiration date. So if I put that for 2 months from now, then that pricing would expire in 2 months. What would happen is if my customer opened that catalog after the expiration date, then the pricing will automatically revert back to retail pricing. So they won't see that discounted pricing anymore because the date has it's expired. So that's very handy. Anytime your customer opens the catalog once it's created, or they click on specific products, all of those analytics and metrics will be sent back to your email address, so you'll know which one of your clients are looking at the catalog, which products they're interested, etc. So all of that marketing information is included and comes back to you, again, at no charge, or there's no fee for registering as a dealer with us, so you get all of that for free. Again, designed to help you promote our products. So here I'll create both of them really quickly. This just takes a couple of seconds. And here we go. So here's my winter 2017 catalog. At this point, I can now actually email it to whoever I'd like to. You can close another message if I want and send the email directly to the client. If I wanted to save it, I would choose that option to broadcast later. I created both of them, so here's the flip version. And this is just an automated, or a kind of an animated version. There's my information on the cover and my piece that I put on there. If I had chose to put a graphic on my table of contents, I can do that. The actual table of contents itself will be automatically generated by the system, depending on what products you have and what page they fall. So you don't need to do the actual listing of the products. That will happen automatically for you. And then here are my products. I only picked the 3/10, so I'm only going to have 3 items in my catalog. I didn't change the price, but these are all clickable, and so any of these that they click are interested in, again, these are the metrics that will go back to you so that you'll know which one of your customers are interested in what product. A product index is also generated, so very handy when you pick hundreds of different products. The difference between the two is the table of contents is a category, so tents, table throw covers, banners, whatever category will show that page number here. The individual products will be in the index, so a specific table cover or a pleated one or a fitted one, etc. All of those will be listed here. And again, the system does that all automatically. There's no need for you to figure all that out. It'll put all that information in there with the page number, appropriate page numbers for you. The back cover, so here's my graphic that I put in here. Perhaps I wanted to have my trade show schedule, and here's my 20% off coupon. It could be whatever you wanted. And then the back cover has my contact information. So it's a totally personalized, customized catalog. Looks like it came directly from you. There's no reference to Radius Display products anywhere. You can send these out. You can do sales flyers and brochures. That's coming very soon, the same way. So it's just a one-page email blast kind of informational flyer that you can do and send a promotional flyer or sale flyer out and track all of those metrics. The PDF version looks virtually identical, slightly different. It's going to download into a file, which I'll now open here. Not animated, so this is just your traditional PDF. You kind of use your mouse to scroll through, but all of the information is the same. Looks a little bit different in this version, but all of the information there that you selected is all the same. This version is actually print ready, so if you wanted to actually take this and have digital printed copies made at your local print shop, you certainly can do that, and then have physical copies of this catalog. So you could create one every year and distribute paper copies. No need to have a graphic artist lay it all out and design it for you. Let our website design it and do all of that legwork for you. All you need to do is just email it to somebody and have some copies made. So that pretty much ends the presentation, with the exception of the one thing I should have showed you earlier. So I'm going to jump back over here quickly. I'll go back to our home page so that you can sort of see where I'm going. To products, we'll go to throw covers. We'll look at silkscreen. So I want a screen printed throw cover. The website now has the capability to do, and again, I'll show you this really quickly. Because I am still logged in, and I've got a log out button, so that's how I know I'm still logged in. Retail price is struck through, and now my net price is what's shown because I'm signed in as a dealer. If I log out, then it reverts back to only seeing the retail pricing. Okay, so I click here for my throw cover. Products that have a virtual sample option will have a virtual sample button. So you simply click on that radio button, and now you can create your own virtual mock-ups. So in the past, you'd normally have to send those to us. We would mock them up, send them back to you. Your client would say, oh, I want it on a different color, and we'd have to do another one. And so there was a constant back and forth of email. Now you can actually do a lot of that yourself. So it's drag and drop. You can upload files here. So I've got a little make-believe logo here. Again, the dimensional sizes are provided for you for the optimal vision. So I've uploaded some art, and I can actually remove that white background by clicking here. And this is another webinar that will be separate on how to use the virtual sample tool, because it's a little bit more powerful. I'm kind of speeding through it here quickly just to give you an overview. You can do you can add text, and there's change colors, and there's a bunch of other features that we'll kind of go into more in depth with that specific webinar. But this gives you the option. So the customer says, "Oh, I want a blue throw cover with a black logo." If you want to change the color of the logo, you certainly can click and select the image color. If you want the imprint to be different, they may say, "Oh no, I kind of want that on. I want to see what that looks like on a darker blue," and you can change the color of the throw cover as well as the color of the logo, and you can save and print those. So you could actually download that, and using the button here, I can download it, save it to my computer, or I can email to the customer. So if they want a picture of that logo, or you can email that to them. This is the same image that would be used in the custom created catalog. So if I was targeting Wayne Industries, for example, I would upload that logo one time in the create catalog item, and it would put that logo on every page that had a throw cover, for example, or a banner or something of that nature, so that they would see their logo on every product. So that's the virtual sample tool, sort of in a nutshell. So that was the last thing I sort of wanted to show you guys. All right, so I know we covered a lot of product and a lot of our information here, and so I've run over my hour limit slightly. I apologize to anyone who had to drop off. But I will still be hosting the QA session. What I'll do now is end the recording for the webinar, so that we will not disclose any of the dealer information, keep all of that private. So if you will just hold on a moment, I will stop the recording, and then we'll begin the QA session. So thank you very much for your time. I certainly appreciate everyone's interest in you taking the time out this morning to visit with us and talk about and see our new website. And bear with me just one second. I will be right back.